Hello, we have Jane Overmeyer from Laudato Si Animator from South Africa joining us today. Welcome. It's
Thank you very much. I'm
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm I'm excited to be on this invitation, and I'm accepting it.
Great to have you. So, Jane is actually an artist. She's a lot of different things, but what caught our attention was her art, her paintings that she has done around Laudato Si and taking care of our common home, and things that we've been seeing popping up in our different things happening around the world um, around taking care of a common home. So, Jane, please tell us, how did you first get involved with Laudato Si movement?
Olit, she is an animator, and she we our parish is Saint Mary's of the Angels, and she asked me if I would like to become an animator. I had no clue what an animator is, but it sounded good when she said the training is free. And then I said, no, it's fine. I will sign on. And that's what I did. I signed on. And when I signed on, to my surprise, I was excited that I did sign on because the program needed my time, my love, and my gifts that I can offer. And that's what I did. And the more I learned through the webinar, the more I fell in love with nature all over again. And that's what inspired me to what I've learned. I decided I'm going to put it in all my paintings. So whenever I learn about season of creation, then I'll think about what am I going to do, what painting am I going to do about season creation, and about Laudato Si week, and then I think of something else to do, and yeah, and I never stopped. And Laudato Si seems to get my imagination going all the time, and yeah.
Absolutely. There's so much really that you can do. So, how did you decide to focus on the painting? I know you do other stuff, which we'll get into later, but I guess painting has always been a passion of yours, or how did you decide that this was going to be kind of one of your main contributions?
Um, well, there was a lot of tasks that I had to complete, and one of the tasks was the prayer circle and going out in the community and um, doing cleanups and making the community aware about Laudato Si and about the climate change and about the environment and how important it is for everybody to help save our planet, and how important is our planet to all of us, because it gives so much every single day to us and keeps us healthy, and we need to keep our planet healthy. And but then I couldn't go out and do all those tasks, and I asked Prince Papa, I haven't done any of those. I can't go out as I've got children to look after. What can I do? And then I decided, he asked me, why don't I use my paintings? And I thought, okay, well, that sounds good. And that's what I did, because I'm at home and I can't move out that much. And that's when I started to share my painting. Yeah. And Laudato Si motivated me to paint more. And Laudato Si brought out more of the creativity in me. I've never gone to art classes, but Laudato Si opened my eyes to the art world, live art world out there that God has created for all of us to enjoy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's really important. I think
Yes.
what you mentioned, that it's easy to get overwhelmed and to say, I mean, there's just, where do I start? How can I help? It's just it's overwhelming. And to really focus in on what's right in front of you. What is the one thing you can do? And that is important. And then it's a path, and things take you from one thing to another. And, but yeah, you just need to do what's right in front of you, because otherwise people get overwhelmed and they just kind of switch off. So it's important to keep that in mind and to just do one thing, and that's great, and that will just lead you to other things naturally. So that's great. And so you want to mention to us a little bit about how the process works with your paintings? How long does it take you? when you get this idea, okay, Laudato Si week is coming up, how do you go about it?
Well, what I like about when the Duchessy always um, makes it so easy for all the animators. There's a theme, and as a teacher, I was a teacher, and I used to go after themes. And when they say theme, then I know, okay, this is what I need to do to put out to teach the kids. But with the Duchessy, when they say theme, listening and journeying together, thinking, okay, let's journey and listen with planet Earth, and then I start putting it in a painting, and I have this picture in my mind about listening. What am I listening to? And where am I walking to? We're walking together as a community. We're walking together not only in South Africa, in Cape Town, but we're walking all over the world together. The same footprints on our planet Earth. We're doing the same walk. We're doing the same cleanups. We're doing the same awareness amongst the community. We're doing the same sharing and helping the poor and giving and when I speak to people about the themes, they don't have an idea or a picture in their mind. And then I thought to myself, I need to put it on a painting to give them a clear picture. And that's when I decided to put it rather on the painting and says, that's what Laudato Si wants you to learn about. The theme is listening and walking together. So let's walk through my painting, and then you have a clear picture of what the theme is about. And that's what I always do.
That's great. And once again, it's about taking concrete steps. And people sometimes
Yes.
need the concrete picture. Oh, that's it. When sometimes things can get very complex, and it's like,
Yes.
oh no, it can really be pretty simple if we
Yes.
kind of take
Yes.
the child's
Yes.
perspective, let's say,
Yes.
on the way a younger person would approach it, as opposed to, us not so young people.
Yes.
that that's a theme as well, right?
Yes.
Listening to the
And
voice
what
of the youth.
what I also like about when the new animators needed some help, and this is what is it, what does Laudato Si do? What do I need to do in the Laudato Si program, and to become a Laudato Si? And I'm trying to explain to um, it's Bernie, Bernie. I tried to explain to him, but he didn't have the picture. And then I said, okay, I'm going to send you one of my paintings, and then you can have a clear picture what you need to do. And then when I sent him the painting, and he says, wow, that is a clear picture. Now I know what to do, because you've got everything written on the painting, where people is holding up boards saying climate change, climate justice, um, reaching out to everybody about living a simple life, a prayerful life, bringing everybody closer to God, and having the Holy Spirit guiding us and doing our cleanups. We need to do our part in order to save and maintain and look after our planet Earth for the future generation, for our kids, because at the end of the day, God has created this work of art, live work of art on his own. And through the work of art of creation, that's how you become an artist. If that wasn't there, then there won't be artists. So, the real artist is God, and God has just said by the word of it. I use my paintbrush, but God has said by the word of it, you know, it's there. So we're doing the painting, and I'm enjoying doing the painting and showing God that I appreciate his work of art.
It's everywhere, right? Everywhere that
Everywhere.
we can see it in our natural world, right? That's
Yes.
And so, please tell. We'll go back to your paintings and how perhaps you could encourage others to access your paintings and maybe use them for their initiatives, if you want to them to be able to be disseminated widely, through different initiatives that have to do with Laudato Si. But for Laudato Si Week, can you briefly tell us what things you did in your community? I know you mentioned cleanup, perhaps. So, what concrete things did your community do for, were you involved in for this past Laudato Si week?
Arlit, she's very creative. She's very good at the planning of the Laudato Si week. So what she came up with, and we decided to do the cleanup on the church grounds and re-clean up the garden and asking the church community and children and catechists to bring all the tools, the rakes, spades, compost, watering can, and we got to work straight away, showing that Datu Sea Week, this is what we're about, cleaning up and replanting. And amazingly, everybody came with their own plants to plant into the grounds of the church to grow and flourish. And one of the plants was that Alet brought was the speckboom, and it's an easy plant to grow, and it's eco friendly, um, and it's easy to. It doesn't need a lot of water, and it's also good herbal medicine that you can drink, and it's good for a lot of other purpose concerning your health. So
Mm.
speckworm, that's it just grows and grows. You can watch it grow. It's green. You can eat from it, put it in your salad, and you will stay healthy,
Wow, well,
and you don't
that
have to give it much water. But we all had fun. We all had fun. Father enjoyed watching how we were planting, and how the gardening was taking a different shape, in a new shape, replanting and watering the plants. And when we were all done, we took a photo, a group photo, smiling with the outcome of our hard work. And thanks to our late, she really um, pulled it off with everybody being there, and with my painting and my that I brought. My contribution was my painting and taking photos. Yeah. Oh,
wonderful.
and I
And
helped it, and I helped in the garden.
were the children involved as well? I'm curious.
Yes, I brought my nieces. They were there planting, enjoying putting their hands in the dirt, digging away, replanting, and pulling out the weeds. And they were having such a lot of fun because they felt that this is the church and Ladies of the Angels, and Father Ashok was also there helping. And they were proud to say the next day at Sunday school that they were doing a lot of planting at the parish, and said we planted that plant and we planted this plant, and it got the kids exciting. It made them feel important that they're playing the role that they were planting at the church, and not only at the house but at the church, and that made them feel good.
Absolutely. And it's something that you can continue to see evolving throughout the next few months and through the years. I mean, depending on
Yes,
how well it's you're able to take care of it as a community. So it really
yes,
is something that a continual process of just really feeding that and giving it your energy together that will make the difference. So that's just such a great, not only symbolic, but actual concrete example
yes.
of what Laudato Si is all about. So, what about season of creation? Does your parish or your family or your community have any plans for season of creation coming up in September?
Yes, we as we introduced and made awareness to the parish about Earth Day, and giving each parents and child and the kids to take like one of the cuttings of the speckworm home to plant at their house and nurture and water and look after their speckworm. And then we did the Laudato Si planting, and it's a growing process with the children, so they're getting excited. Now we're moving into the season of creation, and now we're saying, now we're gonna you don't you must bring your tools back. We're going to start a vegetable garden, and that's going to be a learning for the kids, because not a lot of kids do gardening at their house, so this is going to be something new for them. And and knowing where the vegetables come from and how it grows, and how to water the plants, and how to enjoy just eating carrots from the ground, and not going to Pick and Pay or Woolworths to go buy it, but you can actually just pull it out from the ground and eat it, and
Right.
it tastes very earthly and good.
Yes, and then they love also getting involved in preparing meals with their own, vegetables.
Vegetables.
So that just gets into a whole other dimension as well, and they love all of that. So that
Yeah.
is wonderful. So that's great to see that you're already getting the wheels turning on the next project, on the next
Yes.
campaign, on the season of creation. And it takes a lot of work and collaboration to get there. But it seems like your parish, your community is really on top of it, and you're doing so much. So that's amazing to see. And so I wanted to get back to your painting in general, and you were mentioning a bit about how you incorporate it into the different initiatives that you're involved in your community. And we have been fortunate to get also your virtual paintings and use them we're finding out about you because Prince Papa is the one that kind of introduced you to the team, and we're like, oh, who is this? And that's wonderful, and can I see that? Can I see more of that? And so is there perhaps a link that where you have your paintings that perhaps people can access, or what are your ideas about maybe disseminating your paintings more widely? I don't know. Do you have any
Uh,
thoughts about that?
I don't really know about. Well, usually I send it to Prince Papa,
Uh-huh.
and then he would, share it with everybody. And I do share it with the Laudato Si WhatsApp group, and with the uh, church, with the parish church, and then they would enjoy looking at the painting and have some idea. Okay, this is what season of creation is about. And one thing I can say about those paintings, the only time I can do those paintings is when the children go to sleep. So that's the most quietest time where I can make the colorful the paint flow. And,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I can relate to that. So yes, well, definitely we will be now that I see more and more of your artwork, and I can share it with my team in Laudato Si, and will
Yeah,
definitely be
thank you.
incorporating into our stories and our blogs and things we share on social media regarding our different campaigns like Laudato Si Week
Mm.
and Season of Creation and everything else. So and I'm sure that whoever you've been sending it to, everybody, whenever they have something, they have been probably using it in their virtual
Yes.
channels, and but perhaps you may not be aware of how much impact
No, I don't.
where your paintings are. I'm
Yes.
sure that they're all over the world, but you might have not have gotten the the links to all of that. But I'll definitely be sharing those with you. So
I,
thank you
I'm
so
I'm
much.
hope I'm hoping it reached the Pope.
Well, I'm sure 6 degrees of separation. So, so I bet it has. It's just hard to hear back from him sometimes. He's a little busy.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. But we'll see. If I ever meet him, I'll ask him about it. Well,
Okay, that would
Jane,
be nice.
yeah, it's been such a pleasure, and
Thank
I'm sure
you.
when we post this on the blog and with the video, we'll add any links that we need to if there's anything.
Okay.
But do you have any closing words before we say goodbye?
Yes. It was told to me once that everybody has got a gift, and the gift is in everyone, each one of us, and we need to find our gifts. There isn't a thing that we don't have a gift. God has blessed everybody with a gift. We need to just find it and bring it out and share it with everybody, and everybody to enjoy your gift. And that's what I'm about. Sharing my gift with everybody, with my colors and shapes, and my imagination that tells a story about the Laudato Si and season of creation, and Laudato Si week, and about Saint Francis of Assisi, and about God's great painting is our Mother Earth.
Well, thank you so much for that. Amen to all that, really.
Thank
And
you.
I'm really excited about now that I've seen all your paintings about, we all need more color in our lives, and we all need more
Yes.
positivity and brightness, when we're trying to do our part and we see there's a lot of negative things that we're trying to tackle with the climate crisis. But it's so important to have that positive brightness that is so visual and can have such a
Yes.
great impact, just like music. Art is in the
Yes.
same way. So we really appreciate your gift and how you're sharing it with all of us, and hopefully
Thank
can
you.
have increasingly more and more impact, so that we know how this works, right? The grain of sand, and nowadays we really can have a huge impact um, around the globe. So so
Mm.
hopefully that will continue happening, and we look forward to hearing more about all your artwork and all of your projects. So I'm
Thank
sure we'll
you.
be seeing you again in the future. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I really had a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.